Hello everyone and welcome back to some more ARK Survival on the YouTuber server. So today what we got going is a little bit of an update as to just kind of random bits and pieces of what I've been doing. I got myself some more narcotics, oot and a boot. Not really necessarily very important to me at this particular stage. Actually, is that going to be perfect or is that going to be perfect? It is going to be not quite perfect, but pretty darn close. So we got ourselves some more of those narco berries in there, prepped and ready. All the jerky has been transformed into, or all the cooked meat has been transformed into cooked jerky, and we have a pretty decent stash of this stuff. We also have some more spark powder in here. I have at least 100 plus on each of them, so we don't have to worry about that immediately spoiling, which is very nice. But we have all these going. And we also have ourselves, we found a couple things. We got 2 Dilo eggs, but more importantly, we found our first Spino egg. And this thing is massive. Look at this thing. It's not a little guy, it's a big one. So, kind of something cool. I thought that was kind of like a neato canito thing. Now, we are getting up there in terms of the number of eggs that we have. The only egg that I'm particularly interested at the moment is I'm pretty down to find a Scorpy egg. And any Scorpy egg that we can find works towards the goal of eventually, and I do mean eventually, but eventually whenever we get ourselves the kibble for taming a Rex. So we are going to have to recruit some mass Scorpies, but before we do that, I want to show you guys some of the stuff that happened from our farm plots. So these bad boys all they just vanished because I just didn't attend to them well enough, and they don't do very well on their own. But now I fill them up with at least all medium poop. I don't think any of them are large. I think these are all medium. There's a couple of small in there. I just saw that. But yeah, we got ourselves a citronal. What is this? This is rock carrot. This is cassava root, and this is citronal. So that is kind of the order amongst things. Let me drop these out. Put the medium in. So we got those going. We got ourselves 2 fertilizer over the course of a night, which is not very good, but it is what it is. So we put all these things in here. We got ourselves a decent amount of long grass going on, which is nice. We can definitely expand this operation out a little bit more, which I think would be absolutely key. And I just realized that I built this the wrong way. I was supposed to expand this out that way. Oops. So let me go ahead and fix that actually really quick, because that is an easy peasy fix. So I'll just break these down. And also, we need to make sure that as we proceed with the whole farm, that we kind of are mindful of keeping it well maintained. So I'm trying my best not to completely derp on it and just forget, but from time to time I will forget things. Although the greenhouse seems to sort of help. Obviously it helps with growing, but it seems to help in general. Oh, that's perfect. Okay. It seems to help in general for making sure that the fertilizer in there, it doesn't completely get ruined. So it seems to make it a little bit more effective. Because this thing grew right quick, which was what we expected, but in addition to growing quickly, it also was pretty handy for, oh, will now this work? No, it will not. That could be a potential issue. That could be an issue. I mean, we could always, I guess, replace it. Admittedly, I don't really want to do that, but we could, I suppose. Guess we could do a ceiling? Do we really need that? Alright, here. Let's just... Okay, hello, Lag. How are you today? Can you possibly find it in your heart to not be dumb? Nope. Can't find it in your heart. Okay, well... I want to say we'd be okay with doing this, but whatever. Let's see. I need to get myself I guess we need a wood pillar is what we need. So we'll make a wooden pillar. Unless, is there a thatch pillar? I kind of doubt there is. Yeah, I'm kind of doubtful that we have thatch pillars. Let me just go ahead and find where the wood pillars be. There it is. We'll require one of you. We'll drop you out of the ball game. Alright, so let's go ahead and drop the foundation out, and we will just need to make 1 wooden pillar. And then we can work on getting ourselves some stuff going. So today, we need to get ourselves an Ankylo. I believe. And these guys are like the little spiky dudes. The spiky guys, what they're going to be doing for us is that by having said spiky dudes, we can actually, hopefully, harvest more crystals. People have been saying that the crystals are the way to go. Like, it's just that, there's no question about it. It's just crystal hype game. I just realized we didn't need a wooden pillar at all, because this is going to support it. I'm not willing. I'm more willing to restart the farm than I am to deal with that. We'll have plenty of time for the farm to take. I'm not too terribly concerned about that, but this is ridiculous looking. I am not down. I am not down to do that. Alright, so yeah, we're gonna build it the other way around. We're gonna build it the way it originally was, because that's just the way things are gonna be. Let's go ahead and drop that out. Wow, that was absolutely savage. Let's see here. I do not have enough thatch. I do not have enough wood. We'll have enough wood if we get the thatch, though. So let's go ahead and do that. Alright, let me get this thatch going here. And then once we get this down on the ground, then... Oh, I just realized I was looking at ceilings, too. We're not even going for ceilings. We're looking for foundation. Where are the thatch foundations? Alright, so yes, that will be enough. Alright, so we'll get those thatch foundations going. And then once we do that, repair the pick, and then we're going to go out and explore. Oh, it's a little monkey. Hello, little one. You're so creepy. These monkeys, I thought they were cute, but if you look at their faces... Like, here. Can I convince it to look at me? No, don't run away. I want to look at your face. Okay, whatever. It's really scary. It has like glowing orange eyes and stuff. I don't know. I find it like really freaky looking. Because like whenever you go up real close to it, it looks spooky. for lack of a better way to explain that, it looks terrifying. Wait a second. Oh, fudge sakes. That's not what we wanted. Wait a minute, wasn't this the one that we couldn't put down before? Or was it that... Oh, I think it was the one over there. I feel like I just got suspicioso. That's okay. That's alright. Alright, so we're gonna rip these walls down once we're ready for it. We're gonna rip those walls down. And then once we rip those walls down, it's gonna be this, and this. And we're gonna expand this out and make that into a little bit more. So we're going to need 1, 2, 3. Well, actually, I guess we should, yeah. We need 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. So we're going to need 8 more of those. We do have 4 ceilings left. 1, 2, 3, 4. So we'll need 1 more ceiling. So we need 8 walls, 4 ceilings, and that's it. That should be all, because we have the door frame and all that stuff. So we have the bulk of the work done, but we'll probably need to get into that all there. Alright, let's drop off the wood. Thatch can stay, because thatch is not very heavy. And we'll leave the metal behind as well. I also have a fair bit of food. We got the prep work all done for making sure that we don't just like die out in the wilderness. But should always be mindful. Also, pretty excited about this. I've never had this much prime jerky. I don't even know honestly if I've ever made prime jerky before, but it's good to see. It's good to see that much of it. It makes me glad inside. Alright, let me throw this metal into there. We have a decent amount of charcoal as well and a decent chunk of metal. So I'm not too concerned about metal right now. And I already have my lovely, lovely fur suit on. So actually, let me go ahead and repair my pickaxe before I leave. Almost left without doing that. Could have potentially been not so great. Alright, let's repair that up. Alright, cool. So that is now done. And let me see here. Let me see what we're going to need overall to make this worth. So we need 8 walls, I said, right? So I'm going to need... The metal we're totally okay on, although I should be doing a metal run sometime in the future. But we were going to need 200 crystals, at least for the walls themselves. And then we're also going to need, I think I said 5 ceilings. So 1 more ceiling in addition to the ones that we already have stored away. So we're going to need 235, so 250-ish, somewhere in there. So we'll go ahead and do that, and cementing paste obviously is not really a problem anymore, which is great. I love the fact that cementing paste, because cementing paste was honestly the most obnoxious thing that was in ARK, which was like, you had to, you absolutely, no questions asked, had to be very, very careful about getting all those crystals, or not all those crystals, all those cementing paste from getting a frog, and then the frog in turn, of course, eating the bugs, and then you have to kill like 1,000 bugs, and then you have to go look around for some more because you never had enough. But these beavers, man, yo, beavers are hype. Beavers are lit, boys. So we'll watch. We'll watch for all those beaver homes that we're gonna rob and ransack. We are actually the worst people. Honestly, God, we are some of the worst people. It's crazy. But let me go ahead. We're gonna fly over, and we're gonna hopefully get some more crystals here. But on the way too, we should be on the lookout for Ankylos. Now they are the little spike dudes, and I believe there's two spike dudes. There's spiky tail dude, and then there's just spike dude. I think we want spike dude. They kind of look. I don't know what's the best way to describe them. There's spike dude. I don't know. I've just call them spike dudes. I don't know what they actually would be best described as. And I'm pretty sure I'm watching a shark just savage something. So rip. It's fighting a turtle. Rip. Goodbye, turtle. Thou wert a turtle of a turtle. Alright, so let's continue flopping forward here, and hopefully we'll find daylight. Hopefully. Questionable, but hopefully. Alright, so it's nice that we can do this trip relatively easily. Admittedly, I don't see the alpha oh, there it is. The alpha's over there. It's by the big rock. Ooh, that would be a splendid time to take out that alpha. I shouldn't. I want to, but I shouldn't. Okay, we'll resist temptation for now. We will be back for that alpha. And we will take out the alpha pretty majestically. I think I'm already thinking of some interesting methods of disposing of the alpha, and I think they're going to be absolutely hysterical if I can get them to work. But the question is if I can get them to work in the first place. So let me go ahead. We're going to fly over back to I'm going to call it Penguin Island because that's the only kind of critter we saw on the island. And we will hopefully have a pretty easy time getting these crystals from there. Now, I'm going to leave and this is probably a terrible idea, but I'm going to probably leave my Argentavis on Penguin Island, and I'll be back for them. Because if I don't have the penguins there, then, or if I don't have the penguins there, if I don't have the Argentavis, like, following me around, then I don't have to worry about checking back to make sure they're all on pace. Although, honestly speaking, they've been keeping up pace, even with me holding down, like, shift and stuff, and, you know, quote-unquote, sprinting in the air. They've actually been doing a pretty good job, so perhaps I do not need to worry nearly as much as I do about these bad boys. Alright, here's the plan. I'm going to leave you all here. I'm going to regen my stamina, and then I'm going to go ahead and head out. But you guys just land for now, and don't pick fights with any of these penguins yet. Maybe we will pick a fight with some penguins. I don't know. The penguins are sort of an issue, just because of the fact that their meat spoils so quickly, and I don't have anything I instantly need organic polymer for, so where's all that? Okay, let me find... We found one previously. Oh, is that it right there? I think it's the same one. Yeah, I think it's the same guy that we made note of him last time, and I was just kind of like, okay, yeah, he's around and about, and we just never really did anything with it. Alright, so let me check this out. Are you an Ankyla something or another? Are you an Anky? Yes, you are. You are an Anky, and you're a level 3 Anky, so you're just about as low as we can get in level, which is actually okay, right? Obviously, we'd prefer higher level stuff if we were going for max minning, but we don't have kibble, we don't have a particular need, really, even for that stuff. But people were telling me all last time, like, oh, Ankylos are the way to go, and Ankylos are hype out of Skype, and also I love, like, long walks on the beach, and I was like, what does this have to do anything with? And then they started telling me about these really odd stories. So we can I harvest these berries without this dog freaking out? Nope, he aggroed. Alright. Yep. I get it, you're mad. I get it. I understand. But you know what? I think that you want to join your other dog friends over here. Oh, there's some more ankylos swimming around. Interesting. Alright. Poor Birdbrain. We've made Birdbrain just endure abuse from other dinos, or critters I should say, not just dinos. The majority of them have actually been cats and dogs that we pull up into the air, and it's just like, why did we pick this up? Oh god. Birdbrain, we need to leave. Wow, these things actually are fairly like painful to deal with here. You wanna test your true metal female direwolf? It's actually a level 19. But here, you can go introduce yourself to this Rex over here, and you can see who's a true survivor amidst these parts. Is this stuck? Is that Rex stuck? Oh, I think it is. Oh, wait, nope, not for very long, though. Yep, it's out. It's out. And guess what Choco is not going to mess with? That's right, we're not going to mess with that giant Rex. I think we could tame it relatively easily, and the same with the woolly rhinos, we could. This is a trek, though, that I'm not prepared to do today, but at some point we'll try to get ourselves a couple of these bad boys as well. But for the immediate future, I'm not going to worry about this. And I'm actually going to leave the ankylo that we find here over at Penguin Island. I'm not going to actually bring that around or anything. So, alright, let me drop off Birdbrain here. Let me load up the trank. And, trunk arrows. Perfect. Let's load it up. And hopefully this goes well. Hopefully. Oh, and I just realized I don't have a saddle for this bad boy. Anky. I'm scared. I have a feeling that this is going to say, like, we require a smithy. Requires a smithy, doesn't it? Oh, Dad. Why does this happen? Okay, that's alright. Oh, God. We're in combat somehow. Fudge off! Oh, my gosh. Birdbrain almost died. What the fleet? Yo, Anky, just rip that guy. Rip it. And actually, let's leave some meat on Birdbrain here. Birdbrain is not healing because Birdbrain has 0 food in inventories. Oh no, I killed the Anky that we're after. Fudge you, dog! Literally, like, what the fudge, mate? And those dogs be, like, going off. Alright, let me teach this doggy a lesson. We'll have to dispose of this one, because this one is a little bit obnoxious. Actually, in truth, we don't, well, we probably should get rid of it, because we do some crystal harvesting around these parts. And, but I'm gonna do the first crystal run without that all, so let's find a better angle here. Where'd it go? Oh, there, wow, it was hiding! What a little sneaky beaky one. Alright, come here, puppy. I'm sorry, but you need to be put down. You need to be put down. Sorry, friend, but you are being obnoxious. Like, very, very obnoxious. Well, I will take your pelt. Alright, other pup, come here. That was all sorts of a miss. And that was also a miss. One banged him. Just, I think that was a one bang? Yeah, that was a one bang. You have an inventory? Oh, I'm lagging. Whoa, baby. And you apparently had berries on you. We found our first vegetarian wolf. Weird. Strange, strange, strange. Alright, let me go get some crystals from this run. We didn't get an ankylo, for obvious reasons. Although I should probably tame one, actually. So, yeah, hold on. We'll stick to the original plan. I'm going to go tame an ankylo. Hopefully we can still find one that hasn't been, like, massacred over here by the dogs. Which, maybe. Yep, I see one. I see two. Okay, and this will be the first time we've ever used this. Okay, what are you? You are a level... Ooh, you're a level 2. And where is your compatriot? A level 25! A level 25! pretty darn close, I must say. I can't pick you up, can I? And all my hopes and dreams are dead. Okay, maybe I can't even... okay, hold on. We're gonna try to tame it, alright? So here's the plan. I'm gonna try to tame this bad boy, mole. I'm gonna try to tame it, and then I'm gonna just have it cross the river, I guess? The little stream of nonsense that we have going on here. And hopefully that will work. Please don't die to the shots. And please walk ever so slowly over towards me. Okay. 2 banged it. And I'm pretty sure the other Ankylo just died over there. So, rest in pepperonis. Alright, so there's some berries for you. Good, buddy. Also drop some narco berries off. And she is taming. Now, the real question for the taming process now is whether or not this Ankylo is going to take a really long time to tame. If it's one of those slow ones. Could potentially be a slow one. Really hoping it's not. Oh, for God's sake. Hurry up! Hurry the fudge up! Oh, it ate. It's very, very slow. Okay, we're not just talking like slow. We're talking, yo, you better settle down, think about having some kids, buy a house. Like, holy fudge, mate. We need measures. We need measures stat. Great. We found 1 measure berry so far. Awesome. 3 measure berries. Oh, just so pumped that we are finding measure berries at the speed of nothing. Come on, game. 3. Good God. Why is it being so stingy about these measures, man? Alright, whatever. Here, have all the berries. I don't know what you like, if you like something specifically different than measures, but if you guys could, if you just tame a wee bit faster, I'd appreciate that greatly. I'd appreciate the heck out of it. Look at all those mammoths. Couldn't find any before. Bird brain, I'm getting very nervous that you're so far away. Hey, trilobites. Alright, well, I'm going to do something I probably shouldn't do, which is I'm going to leave that Ankylo unattended. Here, actually, let me just scout the area. Let me survey the area and make sure that there's nothing that's an immediate threat running towards it. I don't believe there is, but let's see if we can bait out any kind of threats. So I'm just going to sit right here. Because we're not going to see like a shark like fly out of the water and just chomp him on the like beach, so I'm not too worried about that. I am worried about random dogs and cats being like, hey, it looks like dinner. Someone already prepared it. I'll be like, nope, that JPEG going to cry if you do. Crystal. There we go. Is this the one we broke already? No, it's a new one. But we do need to start on the crystal grind. And then we will come back and hopefully... And the next time, I guess, we'll have crystals gathered by an Ankylo will be the goal. Whether or not that actually plays out that way, of course, is a completely different story. I have yet to do that. Alright. So there are those crystals right there. And in truth, it's not that bad to grind crystals by hand. It's really not as bad as I'm making it out to be, but it's one of those things that it'd be nicer if we can get a higher rate for crystals. And crystals are meant to be, I'm pretty sure, a relatively hard to come by resource. I don't know if it's supposed to be like super duper hard comparatively, but it's supposed to be somewhat difficult to find, so, or not find, but to gather up a large number of. So I'm not too stressed out about how this is going. Okay, let's see. And that brings our total up. And actually, let's put this in our... Oh, we can't even put it in the hotbar. Alright, so we are 49 crystals in. So we're already making some pretty decent headway. We're not super good or super well off, but we're making some decent headway. Pretty sure I just saw a shark dog just casually floating along. Alright. And then once we get ourselves the crystals on this little snow beach, I'm going to go back, and then I'm going to check on the Ankylo. Alright, very nice. And as I drink the frozen water, which apparently my guy is totally okay with doing, so it's, you know, whatever. Alright. And I bet you that Argentavis over there is a slightly higher level. Perhaps I should try to tame it. We're already taming it in Kylo, so I mean, if I could find something a little bit better than Bird Brain, which I know, like, you ain't loyal, Choco, why you gotta be this way? But, I don't know. We can go kill penguins, and we would get all the raw prime meat in the world that we would conceivably need immediately. So, potentially something I want to do. I don't know what that mammoth is doing over there, but that Argentavis wants a piece of the action. Oh, it's just scavenging. Yeah, I say let's go for it. Where? Hold on. Spyglass. I keep forgetting that this is a thing. Can I? Nope. There we are. Oh, it's level 3, mate. Nah. You can't just come in here with a level 3 and act like you all that. All right, that's just not allowed. That is just rude. What about you? You're level 3 as well. When your server too easy mode, please. Oh, where'd it go? There was an Argentavis right there above that top cliff, but we no see. We no see anymore, so we are just going to ignore it and move onward. Move on with our lives. Hello, Senor Mammoth. Hey, what are you? Wonderful leather we're having. Your pelts are looking particularly fine today. I will not endanger your safety. Not today. Another day, perhaps, but not today. Alright, drop off the stone. Drop off the other stuff. Oh my gosh. Mammoth, getting a little too cozy with me. And we are in the midst of a snowstorm, I believe, but with a mixture of fortitude as well as our good old-fashioned fur armor, I think we're actually going to be okay. You're actually okie dokie. Now, with these crystals in the greenhouses, that more or less assures us all we need for, whatchamacallit, it assures that we have all the stuff we need for our vegetables, for lack of a better way to put that, but all of our crops, I guess that's the right thing we should call them, but all of our crops are more or less guaranteed. It could also potentially be a good way for us to have a good managed way of just getting only narco berries, which would be kind of nice. Definitely not high on the priority list, just because of the fact that obviously when it comes to narco berries, we have ourselves a stego who can make pretty much all that stuff, which is kind of nice. So we just need to go ahead and grab ourselves. Let's get on Argentavis here. So we just need to. Oh, the overweightness of my life. Alright, but yeah, once we have our crop secured, it's more about eggs, and then that'll be where we were hoping to be. But, of course, I felt like we should fix up our little farmlands there. And also, in general, there's only, I think, 4 major crops. There's citronal, longgrass, rock carrot, and savaroot. And I think those are the only things that we really have to worry about. And for those of you who are, like, more familiar with what they look like, what the, like, respective thing that you would be familiar with is, rock carrots are obviously based off carrots. Long grass is based off the corn, and then we also have a ourselves. Wait, Bird Boy, can you actually hold on to these pelts as well? That'd be rad. Thank you. All right, so it's rock carrots, long grass, corn. Savaroots, I believe, are potatoes, and then citronal are corresponding to lemons. So fun stuff. Fun stuff. All right, now let's go check on our Ankylo, which is probably dead by now. It's probably like 900 wolves spawned and ate it. But hopefully we'll find it. And hopefully it'll be on its way to being tamed. And then, of course, when we have this done, then the episode, once we have the kibble put together, is going to be a pretty... Oh, no. I see a cat. I see multiple cats. Okay, our Ankylo is still alive, but very much in a hot zone. Or at least I think it's alive. Yeah, it's alive. Alright. Meanwhile, that Rex is just savaging things here. Hold on. Let's see if I can... Wow. You see, this is the thing I don't understand about cats. The cats are just disrespectful, right? The cats are just like, yo, we're saber-toothed. But they clearly pick fights that they shouldn't be picking. Like, why? Why would you try to hunt down this rhino? You're a cat. Like, what about that seemed like a smart choice? Meanwhile, I'm saying that, and the dogs are just absolutely ripping that mammoth to shreds. Rip pepperoni's mammoth. Actually, hold on. We're gonna. I never thought I'd say this, but I think we gotta cull some dogs. Like, fudge sakes. These dogs are actually being just the worst too. Oh no, 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 no. You stay the fudge away from here. You stay right over. I do not want to deal with the Rex. There is 0 parts of my soul that wants to deal with the Rex. I am cheering for the dogs. I'm cheering for the Argentavis, I'm cheering for the dogs. And the dogs are... Like, those pups are smart. Pups are freaking sap. Look at that. That Rex is doing pretty well. Really against them. I think that Rex is going down, actually. There's one Argentavis that fell. Yep. And there, the Rex is just gone. And the dogs are, like, completely fine. I don't see a single droplet of blood on them. Yeah, we're going to have to get rid of these dogs. They're going to eventually wander over here, and terrible things will happen, so... I am going to dispose of these doggies. Sorry. I'm so sorry, pups. I love dogs. But you guys are just straight up wolves. Which admittedly are pretty cool. Like, was I even close? Was I in the same zip code as where it needed to be? Okay, so I'm aiming a little bit too high. With that. Nope. That was too low. So right up there. Yep, that was a hit. Okay. Whoop. It's alright, it's okay. Boom! Wow, okay. Or just be an absolute savage. And apparently my Ankylo is stoked that I killed some dogs. Actually, what the fudge? Why did it tame at that time? Yeah, I don't feel good about this, man. Oh, fudge sakes! No, leave my pup alone! I just acquired this pup! Yeah, fudge you, dog. Wow, Ankylo on the verge of death. Freaking sneaky beaky dog over here. Bird Brain, what the fudge are you doing? Get... Bird Brain! The fudge are you doing? Bird Brain? Oh, God. Come here. What the fudge are you doing, Bird Brain? Oh, you almost died! This is what I get for not having paid attention to my surroundings. Boys, we almost lost everything there. We could have lost Bird Brain and the Ankylo. That would have been rest and pepperoni's bad. You still have raw meat? Yeah, you do. Alright. As long as you got raw meat, I ain't worried. I ain't scarred. Now we have to get this Ankylo over to Penguin Island. Because I don't think we can carry Ankylos with Argentavis. I guess they're just too spiky. No! Fudge off, Mega Piranha! Oh my god, please no. No, actually, fudge straight on off. Ankylo, please go into land. I am begging the scene. Ankylo, just stop fudging going into the water. I am begging you. There's another Mega Piranha like hot in your tail. And you just need to fudge straight on off the water. Thank you. Good God. This Ankylo's a freaking savage. Ankylo's just like, I can handle it. No, you can't. You just can't do it. You gotta just plop along, mate. You gotta understand what you are capable of doing and what you're not. Alright, oh god. Yep. On. You need to stop. Bird Brain! Oh, for fudge's sakes. Stop. I'm going back to the Ankylo. Alright, listen here, Ankylo. You are still really, really badly damaged. But you need... What the heck? Hi? Did you just spawn on my head? Hello? Alright, come here. Come here. It's so cute. I gotta admit, it's kind of cute. Alright. Let me try to pick you up again. Maybe after you're tamed, you are pick-friendly? Nope. Okay. Alright, guys. Here comes the part where things can go to absolute crap. I guess I'll pioneer it. I'll see if there's anything particularly spooky in these waters. I see a dolphin down there. I don't see anything too terribly concerning here, and I'm pretty far out. Now I do need to be a little bit careful because it is potentially possible that a shark dog is just like hanging out around here. But I do not see any shark doggies. I see a whole bunch of coal and I see a whole bunch of dolphins, but no shark dogs. I think we can make it. I think. We'll try. We'll try our best to make it over. I make no guarantees, but we will try to get to Penguin Island. Alright. Let's go back, and we're going to hopefully be able to get the Ankylo over to Penguin Island. This is a risky maneuver here. It's a risky endeavor, which is not exactly my favorite state of being. Alright, come on. You're gonna need to swim the fudge out of this. You're gonna have to, like, swim like a madman. Or a mad dino, I suppose. Let's see how well you swim, buddy. We'll try to go over as many things of land masses as we can, so we don't risk. Yeah, actually, we can just land hop. It should be okay as long as we just land hop it. Although I didn't scout the other water, so maybe just going a straight shot here is the best way to do this. Yeah, actually, we probably should stick to that plan. I didn't vet the other area, so should probably do that. Alright, come on. And there's too much things of ice too for rafting. I guess it's just. I mean, to be fair though, right? It is a peaceful island full of penguins and crystals, so I suppose this should not be the easiest thing to do. From a game design standpoint, I can understand why they wouldn't want to do that. This Ankylo jumps out of the water so excitedly. Good for you, Ankylo. You're so close. You are literally just so close. And I don't know what the fudge my Argentavis are doing, but they're like not really sure how to land. Yeah, actually, what are my Argentavis doing? Why are they not landing? What are they doing? Are they wandering? Wait a moment. Why are you guys flying around like idiots? No, they're not wandering. What the fudge are you all doing? Land! Hello? No, hold on. No. Don't act all like, oh, I don't know what we're doing. No, get back over here. No, fudge off, Featherhead. Come here. Okay, land. Just sit. I have no words for what is happening here. Okay, well, I guess they don't know how to land on Penguin Island. I guess Penguin Island is too cool for them. That is some weird stuff. I am going to be honest here. I did not expect that to be an issue. Strange. Alright, let's go hit up Bird Boy. Oh wait, Featherhead figured out how to land. Okay, they're slowly figuring out how they can land on the ground. You'd think, you know, these giant birds would know how to do this, but apparently not. Alright, movement speed. Alright, I think Bird Boy is okay. Bird Boy has what? He's rocking out 140. Let's get Bird Boy to be the one that holds on to those pelts and such. So we just need to get ourselves, I'd say probably load them all up with 150 a pop, and that'll be more than enough crystals. If we can get it to that point. Now actually, here's a question. If I change your range and then I make you wander, will you break crystals for me? As it poops in violent fury. I don't think it will. I think I probably need a probably need to get myself a whatchamacallit. I need to get myself a saddle, and then I just have to manually do this. That's okay though. That's alright. That's not the worst thing that could possibly happen in the world. So let me go ahead. We're gonna swoop up as many of these crystals as we can. And we have a level up I have to address, so let's go ahead and do that. Alright, 3 away from the Tranquil Escutard, which would be a lovely addition to our existing array of such. Boop, boop, boop. 9 crystals there. And we actually might, maybe we'll bring some oil home? I don't actually know. Actually, never mind. No. I don't want to say that. I don't want to bring oil home. I don't want to. It kind of like after the fact, I was like, oh, what the fudge happened here? Why do they wander further away? Stop wandering. Oh, nerds. And some more crystals here. And honestly speaking, if we can get the Anky to give us a better yield from this, we should be able to do this entire crystal trip on Penguin Island alone. Although admittedly I'm getting a little bit nervous about my Argentavis floating around like they are. I don't understand why they're doing that. Alright. Maybe what I need to be doing is I need to be overloading them. Nah, I shouldn't do that. That would be rude. Even I think that would be rude. Come on, Pigeon Princess. Crystals. Okay. Got 119. So one good haul here, and then another one to top them all off. I do it. So 2 more of these runs, if I can get them. I wonder why this island is so peaceful. Like, it actually is kind of concerning that this is only... I've never seen anything hostile, I don't think, here. I think I've only seen penguins. Which is great. Don't get me wrong. I'm not, like, complaining that we... Oh, raw. How dare we have an easy time in work. But, yeah, it's kind of strange in many ways. You don't really run into very many peaceful areas, like, completely peaceful areas in ARK. This doesn't happen very often. So it's kind of neat. A little bit concerning is that the entire time I'm here, I'm just thinking that, like, this is a trap. This is 120% a trap. Like, this is a tarp and a half, and I am scared, but who knows? Maybe it's just a good thing. Maybe this is, like, supposed to be like, oh, you went all the way north. Here is something for your troubles. Meanwhile, the freezing cold is taking its toll. Oh, there's a shark dog. I saw that. I saw you, little shark dog. Meanwhile, my Argentavis are still just like, I don't remember how to land, do you? No, I don't remember how to do it either, man. No, no. Okay. Some more crystals here. Okay. That little dolphin. I don't know, man. I just don't know about that dolphin. It's a very precarious position. There's shark dogs in the water. That's the #1 thing I would never want to be. If it's like... People ask you, like, oh, what kind of animal would you want to be if you had to be an animal? I know one animal I would not want to be, which is a fish, because fish are freaking... That life is stressful as all get out. Just imagine if you were a freaking fish in the ocean, and you weren't, like, a giant fish, right? But you're just, like, a regular fish. The entire time, just, like, it's a waiting game of whether or not you get eaten. Just like, uh-oh. Oh, no. There it comes. Gigantic, bigger fish. Oh, it's okay. It's leave me alone. Oh God, it's another. Oh no! It's just like a constant thing. I forget who it was. There's a comedian that said that if the ocean, if fish could scream, the ocean would be a very loud place, and it's very true. Because fish are basically always on the run, and by on the run I mean on the swim. Game. Yeah, we can get prime meat and organic polymers from these bad boys, but the problem is that fudge. We don't really have a good way to cook all the meat here and now. This is one thing that I thought maybe it would be a good idea, was to get a industrial grill up here, actually. Not on Penguin Island itself, but somewhere around these parts, and then we could just, you know, club penguins, get their meat, and then just process it really quickly. But then I thought that would probably be a little bit too savage. I don't know how I would feel about doing all that, to be honest, but we'll see. We'll see if I revise my statement at a later point. I figure at some point I'm just going to really want to have as much kibble as I need, and we might end up getting a little bit more issue from this whole hunt. But honestly speaking, it's not too bad. Like, I guess yeah. In terms of kibble, the real bottleneck is going to be the eggs. I think that even later on, like even if we were to just kind of keep on hacking at it for a long time, we just eventually find ourselves just like, nah, can't do it. Can't freaking do it. Just not enough eggs in the world. Not enough eggs. Because even with a decent handful of eggs going on, it's just never going to really ever be that you have like 9 million eggs that you're sitting on, I don't think. Then again, I could be wrong. Maybe Oviraptors will completely change the game. I have no idea. Okay, you need to chill. Okay. I've always wondered how that whistle works. You look at a dino, like, you look at a critter, and then they just know it's like, oh, he's looking at, okay, got it. Gotcha, Chief. Because they don't even have to necessarily be looking at you. I understand it's within the game, but, like, still, man. Alright, you all can hang around bird brain since you all are allergic to hitting the ground. They're all playing the game, the floor is lava. That's actually what they're doing right now, and they're being goobers about it. Boop, ba-doop, ba-boop. Primate, primate. We actually have a decent stockpile of cooked, well, not cooked prime meat, but prime meat jerky. We actually have a decent amount, so I'm not too concerned about prime meat at this stage. Now, I'm sure I'm going to, of course, think differently about this later on, as I said before, but at this particular moment in time, I'm not worried about it. I'm more concerned about our Pulmonoscorpius eggs. That I am concerned about, because that is going to be a little bit of an endeavor. Alright, here we go. And all this work just for greenhouse, man. I'm not even sure if it's really that worth it. I'm just doing this as like a long-term investment kind of thing. Because truth be told, we are investing, what? We spent 2 episodes getting this greenhouse together? That's brutal. Like, that's absolutely savage. 2 episodes for that is pretty ridiculous. Because everything else doesn't take us that long to build. It's just that this one requires this crystal stuff. I'm wondering if we're ever going to hit a point where I'm just going to need like 900 bajillion obsidian. And I'm just going to be like, oh god. I don't think we will. I think the most savage of the different things that we have to gather on the island is probably crystal. Maybe, debatably, maybe you could make an argument for it's pearl. Maybe. Although I think you'd be hard-pressed to win that argument. But still, I think that maybe that's in the running. Although definitely not very much support to that theory. Alright, I guess we'll... Okay. Yeah, that should be good. Alright, so we have, what, like, close to 550, I'd say. We're around there. We're obviously not quite there, but we have a decent amount of crystal. I think that should be enough. I think we'll actually go home victorious. And of course, we'll bring an Ankylo saddle, hopefully, back whenever we go ahead and make that at the smithy. So, hopefully all things end well. And all these Argentavis should be at full speed, which is also a big plus. And overall, I think this was a pretty successful run of crystal. So now we have to go back, build the rest of our greenhouse, and then once we have those greenhouse bits and pieces all rocking and rolling, we can actually go ahead and begin searching for scorpions. And that is also, again, going to take a while, so be prepared. Since you guys have spoken about snip-snips, we won't snip-snip it, but it's going to be a longin'. It's going to be a right longin'. Because we're going to have to go find like 9 bajillion scorpions and then tame them, and then bring them back, and it's going to be an endeavor and a half. I'm really hoping we get lucky with the scorpion hunt, actually. Because not only... The scorpion hunt is going to be complicated by 3 major things, right? The first of which is that they all have to be female. So right off the bat, 50-50 shot each time, it's cutting down our chances of it by a fair bit. In addition to that, we can only really tame within one area, right? So we can't just like find like a million scorpions and just like have a huge like route that we can run. I don't think. We're gonna have to see how the taming speed goes, but I don't think we can do that. So we have that as an also additional issue. And then we also have to make sure that we have the proper stuff that... Ooh! We may have to go back and club some penguins. Not this episode, but eventually we'll have to do that, because we actually need to get the spoiled meat to tame the scorpions effectively. Scorpions are weird because they like spoiled meat. So, we'll see. We'll see how that goes. Oh, it was a purple drop. Oh, it's so far away, though. Meh, sad face. If I was a Redone, I would have, but we are not. Alright, Gamma 3. There's Pride Rock in all of its glory. And then we'll cut on over and be right at our beautiful little inlet. Honestly speaking, yeah, we just, I think right now we're actually doing pretty well for ourselves in terms of we're going to get our Ankylo to get us more crystals, in which case that would be super hype as fleet. But in terms of resource gathering, we're not actually too bad off. We have a decent method of getting metal. We have a decent method of getting, obviously, wood and thatch and all that. So the basic requirements we have plenty of. We're actually fairly well off. You really can't complain. You really just can't. And with the cementing paste thing now, which again, bless up for cementing paste, because that is honestly the greatest thing ever. We're actually doing quite well for ourselves. Scorpies, why aren't you laying eggs, dog? Why are you only pooping? Alright, let me go ahead and swap out my fur armor, because this thing adds weight. And I am not a fan of that. Also the greenhouse ceilings as well. I'm cold. Waiting for the game to tell me my freaking mouth is dry. I'm ready. I'm ready, game. You say the word, and I will begin to cry silently. Wait, what did I just do here? Did I just put on like fur like 8 times? I think I did. Whoopsies. Alright, okay. Oh, look at that. Look at how low our weight is. Oh, beautiful. I sound like an anorexic. Alright. Boom, boom. 200-ish crystal. What am I doing? I'm trying to jump out to the wrong level here. Alright, zoom, zoom, zoom. Actually, while we're here, let's see what an Ankylo requires. Drop off this crystal. Oh, I have the chitin boots on me. That's what's going on. Yeah, I'm going to drop off this chitin boots here. Annoying. Alright, saddles. Ankylo. Oh, it costs like nothing! I mean, obviously not nothing, but it doesn't cost that much. I certainly expected it to cost more than fiber, hide, and 10 metal. That seems a little bit low, honestly. Might as well make it while we're doing all this. Alright. Oh, I need to do that. There. Alright, bird boy. Hand him all over. And then we should be able to find that we are in pretty good shape. And actually now with that amount of pelts that we just brought back from that trip, we actually got an added benefit of I don't need to worry about I don't need to worry about whenever I have to repair my fur armor, I think that'll actually see us through for our full set whenever they get pretty low on durability, which is excellent. That is exactly what I want. Because I don't want to have to worry about fur. I don't want to have to worry about acquiring pelts. It's not a huge endeavor anymore, obviously, but it is something that I'd rather avoid if I can. Alright, so let's go ahead. Do I have any extra metal in here? No, I just have this 43. We have like a bunch in here. Yeah, we have all sorts of metal in here. Alright, so let's go ahead, bring this back to the smithy. Drop that off. And let me see here. Greenhouse. And then we need one more ceiling. And then we need walls. Oh, do we need walls? How many can I make? I can make 11. Alright, excellent. So, let me... Okay, that should be all the greenhouse we need. So let me go ahead. Let's transfer that ceiling out to me. Let's go grab the other ceiling. Haha, I can still access it from down here. And then the walls. Now, the one thing I do have to make sure I don't do is fold up the... I don't want to fold this up. I don't know how I would manage to fold it up, but I'll just make sure that I take my time with it. It wouldn't be the end of the world if I screw this up somehow, but it would not be ideal. For sure. Alright, and then over we go. Like right there. That was potential territory for me to fleep up and just absolutely just end up crying. Alright, okay. And then we're going to break these down. That is an unpleasant sound. I must say, that is... Oh, God in heaven, why do they make that a sound in this game? Ah, that... Oh. Oh, man. I don't think I've ever heard that high of a pitch coming out of my computer. Holy motherless goats, was that loud. it's not even loud. It was just high. It was shrill. That's what it is. I should say what it actually is. Not. It was just really shrill. Woof. Are we in the right? I don't think we were. I think the game tried to trick me. Yeah, you're trying to trick me, aren't you? Trying to get me to put it in that weird half spot. Yeah, I know what you're doing. Okay, are we all... Yeah, so we are all indoors. We're all Gucci. Lovely. And then let's see if I can get those large farm plots in there. And I would like to use that initially for... Actually, okay, so here. Check this out, right? Look at how many rock carrots we got. Or not rock carrots, long grass. We have plenty. And let me actually... Before I say anything else, let me just make sure that I know what I'm talking about in terms of this. Let's see. Nope, that's not what I need. The fudge game. Alright, so we need, in order to make any kind of kibble, we need to have 1 egg, 1 jerky, 1 vegetable, right? So in this case, it would be long grass, which we have plenty of. 2 measure berries, fiber, and then we have to have water. So we are actually, honestly speaking, we probably don't need extra ones of these. So maybe that's a little bit excessive. I would love to. Yeah, door frame. Can I repair you? Yeah, let's repair you. Yeah, this is back whenever I had a run-in with that Sarko. The Sarko was like, "I want to be a plant," and I'm like, "Sarko, I'm sorry. You'll never ever be a glorious carrot." It was like, "No, I wanted to be a potato. Why don't you understand me?" And they started thrashing about. And I was not a fan of that. But it is something I understand. You know, sometimes you want your dreams to continue not being memes, and sometimes you just don't get what you want in life. Alright, come here. Let's go ahead and let's put it down. I want to see if it works. If one works... What is that? Oh, another Spino egg. Really? Wow, you are just pumping it out today. And poop. Jeez, you're busy. You're a busy, busy girl. Dropping me eggs, dropping me poop. Never ever become a wide receiver of the Pittsburgh Steelers. That's all I gotta ask for you. Game. Alright. Pick up some more poop. Which, honestly, I'm probably putting a little bit too much emphasis on poop than I... Putting a little bit more emphasis on it than I probably should be doing. Oh, actually... I need to be picking up stones, not doing this. I need to be picking up stones, so let's go over here and pick up some rocks. Because we do want to do that. Alright, rock. Now, each of these plots require 100 stone. It's not necessarily hard to do, it just takes a while. I believe Ankies can actually collect rocks a little bit faster, if I'm not mistaken. So, who knows? Maybe one day we'll bring an Anky back to home. Maybe. I doubt it, though. Because picking it off the ground is, you know, obviously quite easy. Alright, large crop plot. Very nice. Okie dokie. Let me see what is going on here. Let's put it down. And survey says... Oh, come on. Yes. This is what I wanted to see. That is gorgeous. Bang. That means we can fit 5 in here, and we can put 4 smaller plots of narcos, which means that we'll, for whatever we want primarily, we'll put in the middle, and then we'll put narcos all... Oh, we can't jump on top of these plots because of the ceiling. Unexpected problem is unexpected. Okay. We'll see. Maybe we actually need to see... We have to see this through, actually. Alright, actually, you know what, here? So that's going to be it for the YouTube episode. And then I'm going to continue tinkering about putting together more of these large crop plots and then building them, obviously, and then putting them down. And then once I get that all done and sorted, I think that's where we're going to kick off the next episode. Just to kind of give you guys a status update about how that all has been going. And then after we do that, we're going to go looking for Palmetto Scorpies, because we do need to go get some Scorpy gaming going on here, because we are needing to start that so we can eventually take our first level in minded Carno, or not Carno, our first level in mind Dino, because that'll be the very first one that we've ever done kibble with. That'll be the first there'll be a lot of firsts. There'll be a lot of things about this dino that will be a little bit different than what historically has been the case. Also, there's a Bronto over there, which is sort of concerning. Alright, so we're going to sort out this whole crop plot business, and then we will be, of course, back for the next episode. But I hope you guys did enjoy watching. If you did, please do consider leaving a like down below. Subscribe to the channel if you are new. And I said something I've never said before, actually, for an outro. That was weird. I liked it. I like that, actually. But, yep, if you would be so kind to leave a like, please feel free to do so. And then, of course, if you are new, consider subscribing to the channel, and I will see you guys another time. So take care, everybody, and ciao for now.